Okay, so since, in my opinion, September means fall, we're gonna do pumpkin pie bar. So it's just like, it's really similar to a classic pumpkin pie, but I think it's a little bit easier to do. And we use a little bit different ingredients than you would with a regular pumpkin pie. So first, I'm just going to go over all of the ingredients that you need to do it, and then we'll do the step-by-step, what you add and everything like that. So first, for the crust, like a regular pumpkin pie, you're going to use a yellow cake mix and melted butter. So it's called for a half or a full stick of melted butter, which evens out to about a half a cup. I just put it in the wave.
I kind of want to do this.
I put it in there for about 30 seconds. And then you'll need, the recipe calls for pumpkin puree. The stores are not on the same page as far as fall goes, so I could only find the pumpkin pie mix. That's what I went ahead and got. And then you need 1 can of condensed milk, and you'll need some cinnamon, some ground cinnamon. You'll need a little bit of salt, and you'll need the pumpkin pie spice and 2 eggs. I got most of this stuff at Target. The pumpkin pie filling I got at Save Mart because Target doesn't have the pumpkin pie filling yet, or the pumpkin puree. So I went ahead and went to Save Mart for that. But everything else I got at Target. But you should be able to find all this stuff at any of your local grocery stores, especially now that Thanksgiving is coming up a little bit quicker, so they should have the pumpkin pie stuff especially. And then of course you'll need a bowl for this. You can use 1 bowl, but I'm going to use 2 different bowls because we're going to make the crust first, and then we're going to make the actual filling, and I don't feel like washing dishes right away, so I'm going to just use 2 different bowls. And then I'm going to use a 9x12 glass pan. You can use whatever type of baking pan you want, but it does call for 9x12 though, specifically, I think, just so that way the filling is even and it cooks properly. And then of course you'll need your mixing utensils. You can use a hand whisk, you can use an electric hand mixer, you can use whatever you want. And then I'm going to also use just a silicone spatula.
Mom, I want to mix
everything. And then just a teaspoon to measure out what it does. So let's get started on the actual. We're gonna do the crust first. So the crust is really simple. You just go ahead and pour your yellow cake mix and your melted butter into the bowl, and you just mix it together until it's kind of a dough. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yes. Sorry guys, others joining us for class.
How much butter is it again?
It's 1 stick. If you don't have the sticks of butter and you do it out of a tub, it's a half a cup.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
I think we have a few are following along.
Oh, awesome. I always like to see the end result.
Hey, Frank. Hi, Frankie.
Grant, I need you to get down. No, please.
Hi, Angela. I'm making a cake. Angela, cake.
Can't get it open.
Mom, what was your? I want a treat.
Okay, give me a second. They're on the table. So let's go ahead and get the cake mix in the bowl.
I'm making
Set that to the side.
cake in the bowl. And put it in the bowl wrong. It's not look wrong.
So like I said, the crust is super easy. It's just those 2 ingredients. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. I'm using the spatula to make the dough. So you can use whatever you want. I just am more inclined to use the spatula. And you're just going to keep mixing. I'll show you what it should look like when I'm done mixing. If you want to go kind of off.
Did you is it just the cake mix and the butter right now that we're mixing?
Do you put eggs in it?
No, not the cake mix and the butter. Just for the crust, it does call for the butter. For this.
Terrible connection.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Can you repeat that again, Angelina?
Yeah, just the part about the mix.
Yeah.
It's just cake mix and no eggs for the later in the recipe, but not in the cake mix.
I don't. Shoot, we have a bad connection over here.
Yeah,
But I think it's just the cake mix and the butter, so I think we're good.
Andres, because we can't hear her, her connection keeps cutting out. Is she just saying that she's mixing the cake mix and the butter only?
I'll be honest, I didn't catch that myself either.
Am I still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a yes.
I'm sorry. I live way out in the country, so sometimes I have a really bad connection. So I'll repeat things as many times as you need. Just ask me, okay?
It's just
So
cake mix and butter right now, right?
Mixing the cake mix and the butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably because it's just having some problems here, huh?
So far.
Now it's starting to look a little bit like dough, but it's still kind of broken up. But that's okay because when you put it in the pan, you're gonna go ahead and push it down into the pan. So as long as it looks mixed together and it looks more of like a dough, then you're on the right track. No, please sit down. You're not supposed to have that. So I'm gonna use the olive oil spray for the pan, so that way it doesn't stick to the pan. You can
Spray.
whatever you want.
Let's read through this. This eyesight is better. So just
Thank you.
spray the can. Spray the can. Spray it up there and on the sides.
And then you're gonna take the dough and you're gonna put it in your pan, whatever pan you're using. And then once it's in your pan, you're gonna push it down into the pan until it's all evened out and flat.
Is Bradley gonna help?
He thinks he's a baker.
What are you making? I'm making, Mommy.
Nothing, buddy.
What does? What does he?
Mm-hmm.
And for me?
Come on, you know you want to give him all that sugar.
Yes.
You need the hyper. He can do that all on his own. Okay, so once it's all pushed into the pan, it should look like that. It should be covering the whole pan. And we're gonna put that to the side. And now we're gonna work on the actual filling, the actual pumpkin pie part. No, I need you to get down. Thank you. And so for the filling, you're gonna do 1 can of pumpkin. Again, I couldn't find the puree. I could only find the filling, or the mix, I mean, the pumpkin pie mix. But it just calls for 1 can. I think my can
Who's that?
is a little bit large. Hey.
This thing.
Sorry, guys.
It's an
I know the
old.
feeling.
So we're just gonna add the pumpkin pie mixture. Oh, it smells so good. It's making me want Thanksgiving to hurry up and be here.
Yeah, it's still summer until September 22nd.
There's a lot of
Is
Technically.
again in my
We can
eye,
still pumpkin spice it up. We could do it early.
when Starbucks releases the pumpkin spice drink, then it's fall, and they released that on August 25th. So
I usually don't agree with Angelina, but I gotta agree on this one. It's fall.
all right, and then next we're gonna do the 2 eggs to the mixture. So go ahead and add your eggs if you're following along. Don't make a mess like I am.
Do you have that yet?
Rinse my hands off real quick because I'm a messy person. So far we have the pumpkin and the 2 large eggs. Next we're gonna do the condensed milk. Again, I just got this stuff from Target. When I was at Save Mart getting the pumpkin pie, they look like they had all of the ingredients too. So for sure, Target and Save Mart, you can get. I have a Target problem, so that's usually where I end up. All right, and then now we're gonna add all of our spices. So first, you're gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, if I can get it open. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm making a mess again. I just got salt all over my kitchen. Okay, so 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And this is my first time making this recipe, so I'm just excited as everybody else to taste it. And we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Unfortunately, Target only had the large one, so now I have more cinnamon than I know what to do with. Well,
Why are you laughing at?
And we're gonna do the 2 teaspoons of, I had a brain fart, pumpkin pie spice. This stuff smells so good. I wish there was such thing as being able to smell scents through the phone.
Okay. It's okay. When you're baking, you're gonna make a little bit of a
Okay,
mess.
so everything's in our bowl. Just mix it together. So again, I'm using just a hand whisk.
And put that in there.
Every time I use the hand mixer.
Oh, did we do cinnamon? Because I think we missed cinnamon. Do we put cinnamon in yet? Robert, did she mention cinnamon yet? Are you on mute?
No.
Yeah, she did the cinnamon already.
Yeah, the cinnamon has
Yeah, we
gone
did
in.
cinnamon already.
How much cinnamon was it?
It's 1 tablespoon of cinnamon.
Oh, a tablespoon. Okay.
Oh, teaspoon, sorry. Teaspoon.
Oh, teaspoon. Okay. Understood. Okay, stir that up.
Okay. Stir it up.
Thank you.
Make it quick.
How you doing over there, Robert?
Yeah,
Me.
Robert.
Robert, you're muted.
You.
I have no idea why.
You have no idea
And
why.
then you turned off your video.
Sorry, no. Because,
We see you.
yeah, no, because like just random.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. It's
I'll fix it.
Hey, we can see you. We can hear.
It's fixed.
And I forgot to remind you guys to preheat the oven to 350, so it's gonna cook on 350. For those of you that are following.
Where your oven?
Actually, let me go do that real quick.
Need this.
And get all your stuff together. Mix. Holy Thanksgiving. And then when you're done, it should look like pumpkin pie, just liquid form.
love pumpkin pie.
Yes.
And then
Okay, let me help you, Rob.
yes,
Sorry, Mom.
You ain't getting nothing done.
Sorry.
You're going like that.
I'm like a little
Think you want to mix this up?
Yeah.
Mix it till it's just all mixed together.
And then once you're all mixed together, you're just gonna add your filling on top of the crust that we made. So if you're following along and you're done mixing, go ahead and add your filling. If not, that's okay, take your time. I'm really making a mess today. Does anybody on here not like pumpkin?
Honestly, pumpkin pie is my favorite pie.
Do you really want to open that can of worms, Angelina?
There's two portions on either side, but we need to pour it on top of this.
Honestly, I don't like pumpkin pie.
Oh no.
I don't.
Someone said it.
All the way.
No.
Pumpkin pie, apple pie, none of those. I don't like any of those.
So class is over. Okay, bye.
Whole thing. Looks like baby food, huh?
Once you're done,
Good
I'm
job.
just a plastic spoon.
Right
Yeah.
on.
It,
I have a question.
yes.
Can you post the ingredients so we can make it later?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you in our Facebook?
It's on Instagram.
Yeah, it's posted on Facebook and on our Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can just look for the post, today's post, and you'll find it there.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Was that
Great.
Jamie's?
Yeah.
I'll post the end result too, because it has to bake for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm not going to obviously have you guys sit on here and just wait for it to bake. But I'll post a picture of the end result, and with that I can post the step-by-step too, so that way you guys have the ingredients already on the Facebook and the Instagram, and then that way you guys have step-by-step instructions as well.
All right, thank you. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yana.
Okay, so once that oven is heated, then
I'm just
how long did you say?
35, 40 minutes.
What size can is the pumpkin mix?
In the meantime, I'm gonna start on
What was that?
What size can is the pumpkin?
I bought the large one. It's 30 ounces.
I thought it was the large one, but I wanted to be sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You got everyone in here trying to make some pumpkin spice stuff now.
I love it.
Hi, Ryan.
I love pumpkin pie.
So that's all done. So all you put it in the oven
Hi, John.
40 minutes, 50. And then I made a large mistake and forgot the whipped cream, but I highly recommend, if you're not already making the ingredient, if you're already not making the recipe right now and you're gonna make it at a later time, I highly recommend picking up whipped cream to put on top once it's done baking.
Hi, Silvia. Silvia.
Pie is not pumpkin pie without
Hey, Silvia.
whipped cream. If you guys did follow along and you guys are in the process of making it right now, make sure you guys post pictures because I want to see how everybody's turned out. I want to see how you guys like it, how you guys felt about
Ooh,
the
what
rest.
if you put vanilla ice cream?
No,
It's not apple pie.
no, but
So?
You know what? Do whatever your heart
Dang, that's so dang.
At least I'm willing to eat the pumpkin spice.
do whatever you guys have. This has been a time, and we've been stuck in the house, and that's it right now. So if you want to put vanilla ice cream on top of your pumpkin pie, you do it.
Yes.
Right.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Time in the oven.
And put some strawberries on top.
Amy.
I almost dropped the pan, by the way, just now, in case anybody was wondering. And then you just let it cook for 35 to 40 minutes, and then you enjoy some pumpkin pie bars. And you can cut them however you want. You can cut them in little squares. You can cut them in large squares. You can cut them in circles for all I care. And they could be pumpkin pie circles. But yeah, that's it. Nice and easy recipe.
So we can cut them into triangles?
If your heart desires, you want triangle pumpkins.
With vanilla ice cream?
With vanilla ice cream. You knock yourself out. You do that. You're probably gonna be the only person that does it, Nicole, but that's okay. You do it.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any other questions for Angelina? Seems like it's going to be a popular recipe here. So I would also love to see any pictures.
By the way, remember, it's big thing. It was probably because it was in order the fall season coming up soon.
Yes, it's coming up. It's not here yet, but it's coming up.
It's still getting there, right?
Yeah, but like Angelina said, it's already here. A lot of people enjoy the fall, so they enjoy all the pumpkin spices. So if you guys are all pumpkin lovers, definitely try it out. It should be a good recipe for you guys. I also love to see pictures. So if you guys do take any or do the recipe, send some pictures, post some pictures. We would love to see it.
My birthday coming out.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Angelina. Thanks for your class.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Delicious.
Bye, Angelina.